Greetings, I'm back. What's up guys, my name's Cast. Welcome back to my reaction of another episode of Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood. This time we're on episode 56. Last episode was wild, we had a bunch of different stuff happen. Probably most strikingly, Bradley is back, and he came back with the most subtle and nonchalant entrance ever, which I thought was hilarious. And as weird as this might sound to say, I would actually love it if Bradley kind of popped off this episode and really kicked some ass. He's such a cool fighter, he's such a cool character, he's so stoic, and I think the biggest appeal to me for Bradley is just his ability to fight, because I think about every fight that Bradley's been in this show, which has mostly been against Greed or Greedling, has been some of the best in the entire series as far as just like choreography goes, and I just want more. And I have a feeling more likely than not my wish will come true, because you don't just announce yourself back, you don't just re-enter the scene the way he did unless you're unbelievably confident that you can just beat everybody up. So I feel like Bradley's going to have a lot of fighting to do this episode, and he's probably going to do fairly well, because like I said in the last episode, I don't actually know who's there that can compete with him one-on-one at least. I mean, it might take a large group effort, but I can't really think of anybody that comes to mind that's just an outright better fighter than Bradley. Just like, I think he might be the actual strongest. On top of Bradley coming back, we also had the manly embrace between Sig and Armstrong. They bonded over their muscles, and it was quite the scene to see. I loved it. Armstrong, Olivier Armstrong, and Izumi was also really cool to see them meeting each other, because they are some of the most headstrong female characters in the show, and I like them so much. I respect them a lot, and yeah, I don't know. They might make a pretty badass team, because she's kind of the leader, Olivier is kind of the leader, Izumi's a fighter. Maybe they'll join in against Bradley, but maybe not, I'm not sure. Oh yeah, and Sloth died. Complete side note there. Anyways, Hohenheim and Father also ended up fighting a little bit. I don't know if you'd really call it fighting more than Hohenheim trying to talk and Father attacking him, but Hohenheim did do something to Father, or rather Father tried to do something to Hohenheim. He like shoved his hand in his back, but something was up. Hohenheim was definitely prepared for that to some degree, because Hohenheim said that he did something to Father that Father would never do, or he did something that Father would never do, which I sort of theorized a little bit about what that is. Maybe I will a little bit more, but I kind of want to see a little bit more about what's going to go on there. Something about it makes me think that it has something to do with Hohenheim's Philosopher's Stone, because why else would like putting his hand into Hohenheim do it? It has to be something about whatever is inside Hohenheim, and that just obviously leads to me to believe it's something to do with the Philosopher's Stone, but I don't know exactly what that is, so we're just gonna have to see. If you would like to watch my reactions to the next episode right now, they're over on my Patreon. Episode 57 is available on the Soul tier, and episodes far past that, at least a month in advance. At this point, it's probably pretty close to the end of the series over on Patreon. That's available over on the Ascended tier, so go check that out. Those reactions, of course, are also extended length, meaning that you get more reaction and more discussion to go along with each and every episode. And once again, please go follow me on all my socials. The links, of course, are in the description. Also, this might be a bit of a late call out to this, but in case you're not subscribed to the channel, which you should be, I have started another reaction series, Haikyuu. It's probably been up on YouTube for a little while now, but just in case you didn't know, please go check out my Haikyuu reactions. I'm really early into the show, but I'm really enjoying it so far. More good discussions. Never hurts to check it out, right? Also, my YouTube channel memberships are now a thing. You get a cool badge the longer you stay subscribed, and you also get some pretty cool, pretty cute emojis to use in the chats and the comments, so please check that out, but no pressure on that one. Alright, now that I'm done bombarding you with every plug I could possibly come up with, let's check out episode 56. Alright, we're starting off with the desert. Potentially Xerxes, potentially a flashback, because I don't know of anybody right now that's in the desert. Why would they be?
Please, give me a chance to talk to you. And I'll listen to everything you have to say.
Is he talking?
I promise.
He's talking to the souls in the Philosopher's Stone. Interesting, yeah. Does not look good. I wonder if he can like survive the situation purely off their energy though. I mean, he's pretty close to immortal, as it is. He has half of a civilization's souls within him. Oh, okay. Maybe some people from Xing found him, brought him over.
I had to get as far from Xerxes as I could. Too scared.
Well, that was definitely not the,
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
the entrance to Xing I expected him to have. When you hear about a traveling sage that changed everything, you wouldn't think of a dying man pulled in. Episode 56, The Return of the Führer. All right, let's go, Bradley. I am ready to see you kick some ass. But first,
Surgeons, the renowned master carpenter. He was often called to the palace for repairs. Do you remember him? His son Dazur had a deep admiration for his father. He worked hard to follow in his footsteps. And then there's the florist, Kaya.
these are all the souls within him.
Met such a compassionate woman. Sal was somewhat of a remorseless reprobate.
Is this what he was talking about when he said that he did something father wouldn't do? He actually communicated with the souls instead of just using them.
These tortured souls has now invaded your being.
Oh. Oh. So they actually still have that much like individual sentience.
You're contaminated, and each soul inside you is working with me, working to see your destruction.
Wow.
I'm supposed
Okay.
to believe that your philosopher's stone has individual wills?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Energy.
I'm surprised as
I'm
well.
surprised you'd find it impossible. I was convinced I'd be driven mad trying to individually sort out the ocean of screaming voices within me. But I had plenty of time to converse with each and every one of them. That was one of the few benefits of this undying body you gave to me.
Yeah, he has enough time to do it, but wow.
You actually spoke with them?
That's right.
That's
Unlike you, I listened to what they had to say.
right. That's cool though.
It took time, but I managed to learn the name of every last soul. 536,329.
Wha-
Inside of me.
Wow. That is I feel like I'd get like through 100 before I started forgetting names and faces, but Hohenheim is pretty smart. Oh my god. Oh, I see. I see. I didn't think they could do something like that. I thought they would just scramble him or something.
Your flask is broken, dwarf. We will destroy you. And that container of yours is the first to go.
So the container is his body that he stole from Hohenheim. Gotcha. I was a little bit confused on what that would be. I just feel like it's not going to be that easy.
Pain of the thousands of lives you've ruined.
Yep, something's happening. Ugh. Does he actually not need the body anymore? Is that what all the tubes were for? To... Ooh. Ew. He's eating it? Ew, he deflated him like a balloon. Alright, I have to remind myself this is what
How is it possible you
the dwarf in the flask actually is.
Did you honestly believe you're the only one capable of evolving?
That looks so cool.
I told you that I intend on becoming the perfect being.
That's pretty sick, I'm not gonna lie. Wow, so there is quite a lot to get at with that scene. That was really cool, by the way. I really like his actual form. I think it's much more intimidating than him just looking like Hohenheim. It was a great ruse for a long time for him to look that way, and it was a great setup because, you know, it introduced Hohenheim's backstory. It did a lot of very good things for the story, but seeing him in that actual form, which is very reminiscent of sort of what Pride's actual form looks like with all the shadows and all the eyes, but I just really like it from a character design standpoint, and I feel like the future battles facing up against that could be very, very cool looking. He did mention that he does have the capacity to evolve, and that makes me wonder if all the tubes that were constantly hooked up to him were able to facilitate that evolution, but I don't really know what the purpose of the tubes are, unless I forgot or unless I missed out on something, but I don't think that was ever specifically clarified. If it was clarified, I guess you can let me know in the comments, but if not, don't say because, you know, obviously don't spoil. But I do wonder what qualifications he needed to be able to break out of that body, to break out of his so-called flask. I wonder, I don't really know what would have changed for him. I mean, I don't think he doesn't even have as many souls in him, especially at the moment because the Philosopher's Stones that make up his emotions are not part of him. Maybe if they all fused back into him, if he recalled all of the sins, maybe he would be even stronger than he ever has been, but I don't really know if that's the case, considering a few of the stones are completely used up and gone by now. I don't really know what facilitated this evolution. I am curious what you guys in the comments actually think about Hohenheim, because he was sort of set up initially, obviously, to be sort of the bad seeming guy, you know, the father that left his kids behind even after their mother passed away. He had that initially cold standoff with Ed, but, you know, as the story's gone on, we've progressed, we've seen him have a lot more positive factors to his side. We got his backstory, which obviously will soften us up to him, but at this point, I'm wondering how we feel about him, especially considering the fact that he was able to memorize 536,000 something souls within him, learn all about them, dude. Like, you know, all things considered and his circumstances, besides leaving Ed and Al behind, especially after their mother died, besides not helping them then, he's done almost everything about as good as he could have done, I think. I like him a lot as a character, but I am curious to hear what you guys think. Let's get back to the episode. Bradley is such a Chad. He's so cool looking.
Serious? He's storming the front?
Do they really expect me to make a complete mockery of myself by entering through the back door of my own palace?
Also, I love his voice actor. I don't know why it's taken me this long to say it. He sounds so cool.
God, impossible!
I don't know if that sword could do that, but... Alright. What is this tank driver doing? Hello? Oh my god. Alright, this is sick. This is what I wanted. This guy's 1v1ing a tank with like a thin sword. Oh my god. I thought that went through the tank.
Yes, sir!
Dude, I'm gonna sit like this though, so that way I don't get stabbed through. He just slashed the tank rudders or whatever they're called. And there's that grenade. Oh my god. Forget Bradley's skill. What the hell is that sword made of? Cutting bullets out of a tank and slicing tank tracks. Yeah, I would not fight him after that. Hell no. These are some brave men. I mean, they are from Briggs, so it makes sense. Right now, Bradley.
The old bastard just took out a tank.
Yeah. He's about the only thing that's scarier than Olivier at this point. Oh no. He's not dead, right? Ah, man, Buccaneer. Just stand down, man. Like... Dude. Okay, just his arm. Pick your fights, man. I know it's a pride thing, but
What's the issue here?
you can't win
The
that.
country's leader has returned. Now open the gate for me.
I don't want anything to happen to Fallman either.
I said open the gate, Lieutenant Ballman.
Please forgive me, Colonel Mustang. But it looks like I'm dying here.
Oh, this poor guy.
Enough of that. You can't die a heroic death crying like a coward.
Buccaneer, you're.
Think for a second you're gonna die a more manly death than I am.
I-
I've got plenty of fight left in me.
No, stop, dude. Like, I get it, but like,
How ridiculous.
you don't need to die to buy 3 seconds or whatever. I gotta say though, Buccaneer was not a character I thought too much of at any point. I didn't think too deeply of him, at least, which shame on me. I should have known better considering the show and how good they are with all their side characters and whatnot. But I gotta say, you know, he's far from all talk. He's standing up when it counts. He's not just, you know, portraying the macho personality. No, that's actually him, which, you know, it makes sense because he's from Briggs. But truly, you know, even if he doesn't stand a chance against Bradley, respect for actually standing up to him no matter what.
You know, they always get so frantic in the heat of the moment.
Is that who I think it is? It is, isn't it?
Pathetic as it may be, and they sure are, I still prefer to side with the underdog.
This makes so much sense. I can't believe I didn't think of this. This makes so much sense. There I was at the beginning of the episode trying to figure out who would be a match for Bradley when I completely forgot Greedling was in this at all, because he hasn't really showed up too much at all recently, but it makes so much sense for him to come back and fight Bradley because they've fought twice before. And even though Greedling admittedly is 0-2 when it comes to fighting him. 0-3 if you count the initial Ling versus Bradley fight. It makes so much sense for him to come back and fight him now because I don't really think anybody else could even come close. And, you know, even though he is 0-2 or 0-3, hopefully it's not a 3-strike you're out system because I think this time he actually might have a chance, especially if Greed and Ling work together more than they ever have before because, you know, they've sort of had some time to understand each other, respect each other, maybe just a little bit, not everything, but they have a common enemy in Bradley, which they might not see Bradley as an enemy for the exact same reasons, but, you know, Ling has his idea of what an emperor should be, how a nation's leader should be, and then Greed himself has the reasons of Bradley is a homunculus and Bradley's like, you know, fighting, you know, it's like a brother versus brother thing, but like in the wrong ways. So, and you know, plus revenge, right? Bradley killed Greed before basically, or beat Greed enough times that he has ample reason to be pissed off. So I don't know. I think this is going to be an awesome fight. At least I hope so, because if Greedling loses this, then I really don't know who can stop Bradley. And it would be kind of weird from a plot perspective if he did lose. Like at that point, what is he actually doing? But I gotta say, it's a really, really smart way to reintroduce him in the Promised Day and sort of wrap up that character, even though I want more of Greedling. I gotta say, I mean, I'm gonna talk about all this a little bit more once the series is over and I go over my sort of character tier list, which is something I'm gonna do. One of the points I want to talk about is the fact that as much as I love Greedling, like Greed and Ling and Greedling, I don't feel like he's had enough screen time. Like I at least want more, but I don't know. So hopefully this isn't the end of Greedling with this fight, whether he wins or he loses, but I do want him to win this fight first, and then we'll see what comes after.
If they get past us, they'll take the main gate. We can't let them through, no matter what.
So much for that. It was the famous last words.
I just got a phone call that your husband is all right. The Fuhrer is alive.
Yay. For now. For now, at least. Yeah, Bradley still doesn't know everything about his wife. I don't really know how that's going to impact Bradley, but, you know, if he finds out that she's been targeted. I've got mixed feelings about this.
Oh, thank goodness. I
Oh, by the
was
way,
scared that he was dead.
your husband and your son are both homunculus.
He's not badly injured, is he?
They
Not yet.
haven't informed us yet.
Unfortunately, somehow.
We'll have to pin this on Briggs.
Wait, what?
We have to protect the Colonel.
I hate that. I get it, but I hate that. Also, is nobody going to point out the fact that he's not badly injured and he's engaged in combat after being in a train explosion over a ravine?
I just pray that Salim is safe as well.
If the Fuhrer
Right, Salim's not in this either.
Briggs, that leads me to believe General Armstrong is leading the coup.
Wait, General Armstrong? Ah, she was recently transferred to Central, wasn't
The question
Oh,
is, how much of the senior staff is in league with her?
I don't want her to take all the fall for this. Like, I don't know how it's going to turn out with this happening.
We should have known that publicly siding with Fuhrer Bradley could backfire on us.
It just feels so wrong.
Sure.
Having to blame General Armstrong.
Yeah, it does for sure. I wonder when Pride and Alphonse are going to join back up with everything happening.
When that happens, they'll probably kill us right away.
Wait, even with his wife here?
I honestly doubt that he has any real attachment to her.
I don't know. I feel like everybody's making this mistake. He clearly does, at least to some degree. I don't know how much, though. But let's see this fight. Let's see how it goes.
No see, Greed. If you had any sense at all, you would have stayed out of my sight for good.
Yeah, my avarice tends to make these decisions for me.
And right now, I want your life, Wrath.
All right, let's see it. This dub is so phenomenal. It really is. I'm so glad you guys told me to watch dub.
Who's this guy? Our backup?
Oh yeah, he hasn't even seen him
Rumor
yet.
has it that you died a fiery death in a train accident. You look unscathed to me.
Let's just say that I have sharp eyes.
Let's see how this happened.
It only took a moment for me to evaluate a path among the falling rubble. The rest of it was just a matter of footwork.
All right, he just mirrors edged his way out of there. Nice.
The whole ordeal left me with a few aches and pains.
He's griping about being old and he's capable of this.
Yeah, right.
You're Ling Yao, right?
Hey! I haven't seen you since we hit
Oh,
out
wow.
that crummy apartment.
He can just freely interchange with him.
And I've got a score to settle.
I wonder if...
The truth is, we both got a grudge to settle with this
Yeah.
self-righteous old bastard.
Exactly, like I was saying, for different reasons. I wonder if he can just freely switch out, if Greed's not holding him tightly anymore. Alright, let's see it. I'm not really sure how Greed can... Well, Bradley can't regenerate, so...
Blind spot, huh?
I'm surprised that I didn't think of it, but the prince gave me a few good
It's not gonna be
pointers on how to
easy.
fight you.
How helpful. Unfortunately for you,
Yeah, he doesn't need to hide this anymore, not really. He can see everything.
He's gaining the upper hand.
this is starting to look bad.
If I was one of those guys, I would be long gone.
Fire! Open
What is that sword made of, dude? Slashing concrete walls like that. Yep. Hey, you know what? Deserved, I'm sorry. You guys should have ran. Oh. Is it like a valiant sacrifice? Oh, he got his sword though.
You've got some rather impressive abs, huh?
And what are you gonna do without your fancy sword play?
The third most impressive abs in the show.
Now, let's see.
Oh, he had knives on him too, or something?
Not exactly my weapon of choice, but I guess that I'll just have to make do.
Piss me off now, old man.
Are those knives made of the same thing as a sword? Because, you know, you can't really cut through Greed. You're not supposed to. That's the whole point of his shield. Maybe if you swing hard enough, I don't know.
Send in all available forces. We'll wipe out these worthless Briggs traitors, and then we'll rescue the Fuhrer.
Go, 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 go!
I mean, something's gotta happen here. There's like too much. There's too much going on in favor of Bradley.
They're sending another battalion up the shaft! Sorry, but I'm kind of busy if you haven't noticed.
Yeah, somebody else is gonna have to come in.
I am? But we've hardly got any men left here. What the hell am I supposed to do? Just figure it out! That's easier said than done. Hang in there!
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna be fighting anybody soon. I don't even know how he's alive, but so far, I guess. You can't go dying right after you impress those 3 women. Oh my god. I guess that's one way to do it. Damn. It's kind of awful. I feel bad for the soldiers on both sides, to be honest. They're just such disposable pawns that don't even know the truth of what they're fighting for.
Give it to me.
As far as these guys are concerned, like,
Commander Gamelin speaking.
there's just like a
Our
coup
men stationed
d'etat.
at the main gate. Is it possible for you to open the gate from within the fortress?
Negative, sir. The base has been overrun by some kind of monsters.
Did you say monsters? What are you talking about?
Those things are such a pain.
What
Oh.
is that? What the hell's going on?
Wait, I think I see something.
What is this now? Oh, it's Lanfan or Fu, maybe.
Whatever's going on down there doesn't sound too good.
Took me long enough, but it's Fu, not Who. Like I've called him every episode. Oh, it is Fu. Oh my god. Well, that's some level of reinforcement. I don't know if it's enough, but...
Nice moves, old man. And thanks for the help. Really saved my ass.
I wasn't trying to save your ass. I was saving the body of the young lord.
Well, it's the same ass.
So, why don't you tell me who this is we're fighting? Especially since...
Oh, he doesn't even know.
Scratch on him.
That's Fuhrer King Bradley, old man.
Yeah. Yeah, he's that guy.
Well, this is the first time I've actually laid eyes on him. So now I know
what the bastard who took my granddaughter's arm looks like.
Right. Okay. Right. I kind of forgot that Bradley was the one that did that. Oh no, man. These cliffhangers, like how is that 20 minutes or whatever? I need to go to the next one. Well, that was an absolutely awesome action-packed episode. That was almost non-stop action the whole way through, outside of the very beginning with Hohenheim and Father, which in its own right was really cool, seeing Father's transformation into the, I guess we'll just call him the dwarf. I don't know what to call his like pure form, the flaskless form, the maidenless whatever. I don't really know why, but my ability to talk and not stutter when staring at the camera goes down by about 300% whenever I'm recording, so I apologize for that. Fantastic episode as always. I hope you guys are excited as I am for the finale of this series. Not that I'm excited, because I definitely don't want it to end. I feel like, honestly, if they really wanted to, they could put another 30 episodes or so into this season, and it could be all good. Like, you could have a whole spin-off. You could have 6 different spin-offs of the show, and I would watch all of them. But, you know, we only have like, I guess 7, 8 episodes left. I don't know. I'm not counting, but yeah, we're getting close to the end. I don't want it to end, but I am still so excited. And in fact, I might watch the next episode after this. I don't know. I'm not supposed to do that. I need to wait and slow down so I can savor the taste. But yeah, I mean, thank you once again for everybody that's been sticking around with me as I've been reacting to this whole time. I feel like as a channel, I've grown a lot. As a reactor, I've grown a lot. I've changed a lot as I've started this, you know. I started this series, this whole channel with this series. The way I've done these videos, everything about it has just changed over time. Going through the copyright strike had to change things, change the way I did things a little bit, but it's been a growing experience. It's been a learning experience. My channel is completely based off of Fullmetal fans for the most part, and I hope you guys can stick with me as I do other series. Please, you know, maybe not right now, but very soon I'm gonna have like polls and like general stuff like that, especially on Patreon, where I ask people what you want to see after this season is done, after this series is done. We'll talk about it. I've got a lot to go on about it with that, so we'll just put that off. But think about it. Think about what series you want me to react to next, and you know, just leave a comment down below. That's enough rambling for one episode. I'll catch you guys in the next one.